My wife said, "It just happened. It was a mistake." I replied, "I have the receipts." Then I calmly sent all the proof to her affair partner's wife, emailed the evidence to their HR department, and filed for full custody of our daughter. And I just smiled because her AP was fired and his wife thanked me for the proof. Original post: I am 34. My wife, Anna, is 33. We have a 5-year-old daughter, Lily. We rented a small 3-bedroom house near my work. I am an IT tech at a hospital. Anna is a sales lead at a regional furniture store. We met in college and married at 27. No big drama in our past. We fought like normal people and then got over it. Bills were paid. Groceries were simple. Weeknights were bath time and dishes. 2 months ago, I found a hotel key card in the laundry. It was in the pocket of a coat Anna does not wear to work. The coat was too warm for the weather that week. The key card had the hotel logo, a place close to the highway. We had never stayed there. I held it for a long time at the sink. I felt my stomach turn. I put it on the counter and stared at it. I told myself there was a work training, or a gift from a friend. My head gave me easy answers. My chest did not. I did not ask her that night. She came home late. She said there was a store meeting and then drinks with the team. She smelled like the hotel lobby candle. I know that smell. We walked past it when we took Lily to the kids' museum last year. She kissed Lily. She put her coat away. She did not look at the counter. I picked up the key card after she went to bed. I slipped it in my wallet. I went out to the car and sat in the dark. I opened our bank app and scrolled. There were 2 food charges near the hotel. One was at a bar. One was at a diner. The dates matched her late nights. The bar was not the place her team uses. I knew that place. This was different. I took screenshots. I moved them to a hidden album. The next day, I took a lunch break and drove to the hotel. I asked the front desk if a black ring was turned in. I held up the key card and said maybe I dropped it here. The clerk looked at the card and said it was an old style they were phasing out. She said they had a lot of returns this month due to a company conference. She gave me a smile and said good luck with the ring. It was not proof. It was enough to make my hands sweat. I bought a small notebook. I wrote down dates and times when she was late. I wrote who she said she was with. I kept my voice calm at home. I did the dishes. I put Lily to bed. I took the trash out. I saved my questions. A week later, I placed an old phone in the back of Anna's SUV. The phone had no service. It still logged location when it hit our home Wi-Fi. It synced to my account when she parked. I did not jailbreak it. I did not hack anything. I used what we already owned. I set the location share so I could view history after the fact. I printed the bank statements. I printed our text thread for that week. I did not snoop in her private messages. I stuck to what was mine or ours. I made an appointment with a lawyer for a consult. I asked about separation, custody, and the house. I learned about documenting and not confronting in anger. I learned about moving money. I opened a new checking account at a different bank. I moved half of our liquid savings. I left the rest. I checked our joint credit cards and turned off authorized users on mine. I ordered a copy of my credit report. I stopped sleeping well. I ate toast and coffee and called it breakfast. I waited. Update 1, 2 Fridays later, Anna said the store was short-staffed. She would close. She texted at 8 that she was going to get food with the team. I put Lily to bed. I put on a hoodie and drove near the hotel. I parked across the street near a closed tire shop and waited. The old phone log showed the same area twice that week. I watched the hotel entrance. Cars came and went. I let them pass. At 9:20, her SUV turned in. She parked at the side near the stairwell. A silver sedan pulled in 2 minutes later. A man got out, tall. Beard, dark jacket. I knew him. His name was Mark. He worked in operations at Anna's company. He had been at our cookout last summer. He gave Lily a stuffed elephant and said he loved kids. He was married. His wife had not come that day. She was sick, he said. They met at the bottom of the stairs. They did not touch right away. They looked around. They climbed fast. I waited 10 minutes. I walked in and asked for ice water. I left my car where it was. I took the elevator to the second floor. I did not know the room number. I did not need it. He had parked under the only stairwell with a camera. On that floor, the door near the camera was propped with a towel. I heard a low laugh, hers. I knocked and said room service. No one answered. I knocked again. A peephole shadow moved. I said, Anna, open the door. The lock clicked and then stopped. The chain held. Her face filled the gap. She looked small and far away. She said, what are you doing here? I said, this is where your team meeting is. She stepped back and closed the door. The chain rattled. It opened. She stood in a sweatshirt I did not recognize. Mark sat on the edge of the bed. He stood up fast and said, man, this is not what it looks like. I said, it looks like a motel. I did not raise my voice. I took out the hotel key card from my wallet and set it on the dresser. I set down the bank statements. I set down the printout of our messages where she said she was at the office. I set down a photo of the parking lot with her SUV and his sedan. I took it from the window before I knocked. I placed everything in a clean stack. Anna started to talk. The words came in a rush and fell apart. It is not serious, it just happened. We were careful. It is my fault. It is his fault. He is leaving his wife. She is leaving me. None of it formed a complete line. Mark said we need to be adults. He moved closer like he wanted to put a hand on my arm. I stepped back. I did not want his touch in my memory. I said, I am not going to yell. I am not going to hit you. I said, I am here to say 2 things. 1, I know. 2, I am done. You will hear from my lawyer on Monday. I looked at Mark and said, your wife will hear from me tonight. HR will hear from me next week. He swallowed. He said, please, man. His hands shook. Anna reached for me. I stepped away. She said, please let me explain. I said, you can send it in writing. She started to cry. It was a quiet cry. Not loud, not fake. It did not move me. I took my stack and left the room. The door did not close for a long time. I drove to a friend's house. I sat on his porch. He gave me water. I sent one text to Anna. It said, I will pick up Lily from school tomorrow and keep her with me this weekend. Do not come home tonight. She wrote back one word, okay. I turned off my phone and watched the porch light shake in the wind. Update 2, Saturday morning, I called Mark's wife, Erin. We had traded numbers after the cookout. I told her I had proof. I asked if she wanted it. She said yes. Her voice was low but steady. I sent the photos and the bank pages. I sent the dates and times. She wrote thank you. She did not write anything else for a while. Later she wrote, I knew there was something. He said he was mentoring her. I said, I am sorry. She sent a heart, then deleted it, then sent thanks again. I took Lily to the park. On Monday I met my lawyer again. We filed for separation with a temporary custody plan. We asked for the house due to primary care of Lily and due to Anna's voluntary move from the home. We set up a schedule for pickups at a public place. We asked for no new partners during exchanges. My lawyer said to keep all things in writing. No calls, no late-night talks. Let the paper speak. I changed direct deposit to my new account. I took my name off her car insurance. I froze my credit. I turned off my card on our streaming accounts and set new passwords. I moved my tools and personal items to a storage unit. I left the big items. The couch, the bed, the table we built. I took my pillow and 2 blankets. I took Lily's favorite books. Anna tried to control the story. She posted a long note about a mutual decision. She wrote that we grew apart. She wrote that we would do what was best for Lily. People liked and sent hearts. I did not reply. Erin posted a photo of a wedding ring sitting on a counter with a caption about truth. People messaged me. I did not respond. I sent my lawyer the links and screenshots. I asked him what to do. He said do nothing. Silence is a tool. At work, HR called Anna and Mark in. I learned this from Erin. She had sent the proof to the company because the two of them were in a supervisor and direct report chain. It was a violation of policy. The company started an internal review. Mark was put on leave. Anna was moved to a different store for the review. 2 weeks later, Mark resigned. A week after that, he moved out of his house. Aaron filed for a legal separation. At our house, Anna texted that she would be staying with her sister. She asked if she could pick up clothes. I said yes. Public time. I set a 2-hour window while I took Lily to the playground. When we came back, the closet was half empty. Lily asked where her mom was. I said she was working on a project. I kept my voice even. I told the truth in a soft way. She played with her blocks. She asked if we could read 2 books that night. We read 3. The next part was hard. I blocked Anna on social media. I sent one email to a group of friends and family. It said we are separating. It said please do not take sides. It said we will share what we can later. It had no details. It had no heat. I sent a separate email to my parents and to Anna's parents. I said there was an affair. I said proof exists. I said please keep calls to business only for now. My mother cried on the phone. Anna's parents sent a short reply. We are sorry. We love Lily. I moved through paperwork. I took a parenting class the court required. I set up a therapist for me and one for Lily. I met with a financial planner and made a new budget. It was smaller than the old one but clear. I started batch cooking on Sundays. Rice, chicken, beans. I made a calendar and stuck to it. Monday laundry. Tuesday floors, Wednesday trash and bathrooms. Boring tasks kept my mind steady. People told me to fight dirty, smash things, ruin them online. It felt like sugar. It would hit and then crash. I stayed with proof and boundaries. I sent my lawyer the final packet. Photos, bank records. The text where she had said she found someone else and told me to get out. I had not told you that part yet. She had said those words on a Tuesday morning when I asked why we were strangers in our own kitchen. She had said I found someone else. Get out. I stood there with a coffee mug in my hand and felt the floor tilt. Now those words sat in a PDF with a time stamp, cold and useful. A month in, the judge gave me temporary primary custody and the house. Exchanges would be at the police station lobby. No overnights for new partners when Lily was present. Counseling for Anna on co-parenting. A review in 90 days. I exhaled. For the first night in weeks, I slept 6 hours in a row. Update 3, 8 weeks after the hotel, Anna asked to meet and talk outside the exchange. She said it would help us move forward. I said any talk would be at the station after drop-off. She arrived late and looked thin. Her hair was tied back like she did in nursing school before she switched to retail. She held Lily for a long time and cried against her shoulder. Lily touched her cheek and said, "It's okay, Mommy." When Lily walked with the officer to the kids' bookshelf in the lobby, Anna turned to me. She said it is over with Mark. She said he told her he was not leaving his wife. She said she made a mistake. She said she missed Tuesday pasta nights and Lily's bath songs and my dumb hospital stories. She said we could try counseling. She said we could sell the house and start new in an apartment near the park. She said she would quit and find a new job. Her hands did not stop moving while she talked. I listened. I kept my hands in my pockets to hide their shake. I thought about the hotel door, the towel in the frame, the chain. I thought about Lily falling asleep in my bed because the house felt too big. I thought about how small a person can make you feel with 8 words in a kitchen you both pay for. I said I am not angry now. I said I am not coming back. I said our talks will be about Lily. School, health, schedules, money for her needs. That is all. She said please. She said she had never felt so scared. I said I am sorry you feel that way. I said I will not discuss us again. She wiped her face and nodded. She asked if she could hug me. I said no. She stood there and looked at the floor. The officer came back with Lily and a sticker. We set the next time. They walked out. I sat down and stared at the vending machine until the letters blurred. Final update: it has been 7 months. The divorce is final. We have a custody plan that works. Lily is in kindergarten now and reads small books out loud. She likes to point at each word with a serious face. On my weeks we keep a slow routine. Dinner by 6. Dishes done. Bath at 7. 2 books and lights out by 8. On the other weeks I go to the gym after work. I meet my brother for coffee. I try to be a person who does not only react. I do not feel hate toward Anna. I do not feel much at all. We text about pickup times and school parties and which shoes fit. We share a spreadsheet for expenses. We sit at opposite ends of the same row at school events. We clap for the kids and go home. Her face is quieter now. She looks tired in the way people look when life is heavier than they planned. Mark left the company but did not leave his marriage. Erin told me they are in counseling. She said it is not my business, and I agree. She thanked me once for sending proof. She said it gave her truth when she needed it. That is all we said. We do not speak now. She does not owe me parts of her life. The house feels like mine. I fixed the cabinet door that always swung open. I painted the hall. I replaced the faucet that sputtered. I sold the old couch and bought a used one with no dents. It is not a show place. It is clean and quiet. On Fridays, I make pizza with Lily. She puts the cheese in piles and then spreads them out with her palm. We watch a cartoon and she falls asleep on the new couch with her hair in her eyes. I carry her to bed and tuck her in. I stand at the door and listen to her breathe. Money is different but not scary. I do not take trips or buy gadgets. I keep a list on the fridge of small things that make life better. New socks, a lamp bulb, a cheap rice cooker I found online. I put dates next to each item when I buy it. The list shrinks and grows. It makes me feel in control. I learned a few things. First, quiet action does more than loud words. Second, proof is a shield. Third, the person who says get out is handing you a key. It does not feel like a key at first. It feels like a shove into cold air. But if you choose, it opens a door you did not think you could walk through. Sometimes when I fold laundry, my head goes back to the start. The day I found the hotel key card in the coat, I can still see the logo. I can still feel the damp cotton in my hand. I keep that card in a small box with the custody order and the first crayon drawing Lily made of our house. The box lies on a high shelf. I do not open it much. It is not a shrine. It is a file. It reminds me that I can stand up straight in hard rooms. People ask if I am ready to date. I do not know. Some nights I think about a woman at the gym who smiles when she takes the rack beside mine. Some nights I think I am fine with silence and a book. I do not rush. I am not fixing an empty spot. I am building a steady life and leaving room in it. When Anna drops off Lily now, she stays by the car. She looks better. She found a job at a different store. We say hi. We buckle Lily in and wave. Anna will sometimes say Lily was scared of a thunderstorm or did great at counting to 100. I say thanks. I say see you next week. It is all simple. It is all we need. The last paper from the court came in an email on a Tuesday. I read it at my desk at work. The case number, the judge's name, the words that say it is done. I put on my jacket and walked outside and let the cool air hit my face. I did not cry. I did not smile. I just stood there and thought about dinner and bath time and the new book Lily wanted to read. I went home. I opened the box on the high shelf. I held the hotel key card one last time. It felt light. I slid it into a plastic sleeve and put it behind the custody order. I closed the box and put it back. I wiped the counter. I started the rice cooker. I cut up a pepper and a small onion. The door opened and small feet ran in. Lily said, "Hi, Dad." She held up a paper crown she made at school. I said, "Look at that." She said, "Can we make pizza next Friday?" I said yes. We stood there in our kitchen under a soft light with the old life behind us and a plain, steady life in front of us. That is enough.